Hello, everybody. I'm Matt.
And I'm Maggie.
And we are?
Hopefully awesome.
What?
What did you do that made you laugh?
Well, I always wave with my left hand. But, like, it's hard to do that from where, like, the microphone is on this side now.
Oh.
And so I was trying to wave with my right hand, and I
was like, did I miss something?
I felt like a wizard trying to put a spell on someone.
Matsy.
Or maybe I was just saying,
Time for someone to become a pariah.
Ooh, Pariah.
Carrie?
I don't even know her. Hey, welcome to Going Back to Smallville, our weekly podcast where we rewatch every episode of Smallville week by week, episode by episode. We are currently in season 4 and it's getting pretty fantastic. Remember, if you'd like to support the channel, you can head over to patreon.com/hopefullyawesome or join us right here on youtube.com/hopefullyawesome. Get access to exclusive content, get your name in every video, and you can also get a verbal shout out as our fan producer for the month, just like Strange Marvel Theories. They are our fan producer for the month of December. So thank you for being that. But yeah, and if you have no bucks to toss our way, totally fine. You can just hang out with us. We are here, and we are talking Smallville. Maggie,
we are here to help you.
We are here. I got nothing.
That was a Ghostbusters reference.
That's it. That's what I was looking for. Hey everybody, if you're watching the live stream, check it out. Maggie's got a hopefully awesome hoodie. Is the hoodie awesome? Hopefully.
It is. There's no hopefully to it. It's just awesome.
So you got the purple.
Yeah.
You got the purple one.
Yeah.
How you like it?
I like.
Sorry.
I picked purple because I feel like it made the logo pop more.
Yeah. How do you like the quality of the logo? And this this isn't
the quality,
like I'm legit asking.
Oh yeah.
You know.
It doesn't feel I'm trying to think of a term. Oh, does it feel crappy? You know, sometimes like you could get something cheap.
There was a few shirt websites I used to go to that would print like really cool designs, but it'd be like for one day only. Yeah. And they'd be like $10. I don't want to use like their names or anything because I don't want to like talk
Gotcha.
Bad. But like after a couple of washes, like it starts peeling off and stuff. Yeah.
I don't think this will. Like
it doesn't look like
it feels like that vinyl stuff you get with Cricut.
Oh yeah.
That's how it feels to me.
Sweet. I like it.
Hi Angie. Good night, Angie.
Hey Mom. Love ya. Thanks for joining.
Thanks. She says she loves our merch.
You can use the free code in the chat and get 10% off your first order, Mom. Merry Christmas.
Nothing free for you.
Nah, I mean, there's not, but
it really isn't.
But hey, it wasn't even free for us. No worries.
No, it wasn't.
We'll see you Saturday.
Party.
So, Maggie, you also have a cup?
Yep.
I made you use the cup tonight.
Yeah, he did. It confused me because last night he used it.
I used it last night, but here's the thing. It is an exact 10 ounces, and I drink 10 ounces.
It's one of those, like, fancy campfire tin mugs.
Yeah. Like, it's, honestly, I was expecting it to be a little bit bigger. Like, when I saw the picture, I was like, oh, this is going to be like a 12, 16 ounce.
And Jariana, she sent me a picture yesterday. She got the ceramic mug.
Which looks really good.
It does.
Like, honestly, it's making me want to order one. Like, I mean, it's our stuff.
And we also ordered the ornament. So
we did. And it's only available until the end of the month. So feel free to grab you one of those. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not great. Okay?
The ornament.
Like, it's fine. Like, the quality of the material and stuff is good. But it's off center, the one that we got. So, and like the colors are a little darker.
Yeah. It's
just off.
When he opened it up, I was like, oh no.
Yeah. And that was the first thing we got.
And then we opened up this today, and I was like, oh no, it better not be off center. I'm gonna make sure.
Yeah.
Also, the tin mug, like you can't even feel like
where it's printed on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
it doesn't
really,
feel like a
that's a really good sign.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Same thing with the ornament. You can't even feel like where it's like printed on there. So I don't know how they did it. But yeah, we're taking those off.
Lasers.
After the end of this month. So if you want one, even if it's defective, you better hurry and get it. Hey, You know, sometimes the things that are the crappiest are ended up being worth the most. You know, think about it.
That's true.
10 years from now, we have like 10 billion subscribers. You know, we're Mr. Beast is asking us for money. Like, you're gonna wish you had our first run of ornaments. You know what I mean? It's a collector's item at that point.
No,
hey, mate, you know,
I'm sorry.
Mate, you know what
old
else?
people at that point.
You know what else is a collector's item?
Going back to
Smallville. Yeah. All right, everybody. Welcome. Enough shilling of our merch. Welcome to Going Back to Smallville. That's right. This is season 4. I didn't put it on there. Season 4, episode 12, Pariah. Thank God I just remember that because I did not write that down at all. Episode 78 overall. 78th episode of Smallville that we've watched. How does it feel, Maggie? Does it feel like it's been 78 episodes?
Feels like more than that to me.
Is that good or bad?
I don't know.
Sounds bad. It's like, it feels longer.
Well, it's kind of like
it's
how
taken
we've been
way more time, you know?
It's kind of like how we've been watching Angel. Like, I feel like we've been watching it for 10 years.
Well, it doesn't help that we started it in like 2018 and then stopped. And then came back this year, you know?
It seemed like we was watching something else alongside with Angel, and we're too depressed.
We watched Buffy, and then we tried to watch Angel, and it just wasn't hitting the same. And we was like, we need something else.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's when we chose to rewatch Breaking Bad.
Well, I watched it for the first time.
Yeah. And then maybe Better Call Saul, which was so good.
So good.
Until it wasn't. God, how do you fumble the bag that bad? I just don't get it. I don't get it.
I love Angel. That's what your mom said. I love Angel. Do you mean angels?
No, she means angel.
She knows?
She means bones.
He's not Bones.
He's Bones.
No, he's not. Zoe Deschanel's sister is Bones in that. Because she's the anthropologist.
He was in Valentine. He was the bad guy.
He was also in some kind of military show on CBS.
He was, here's something funny, Maggie?
Oh, God.
Angel, David Boreanaz, starred in the movie Valentine, a slasher horror film set during Valentine's Day. Jensen Ackles, who plays Dean Winchester, was in the movie My Bloody Valentine, a slasher horror set during Valentine's Day, and he also was the bad guy. And it was in 3D. And it was not good. It was not good.
He's hot. That's what your mom said.
I don't want to think about that.
I think that my mom's a big fan of him too. So
then Jared Padalecki got
understandable. He was good looking.
I'm more of a Spock fan. Jared Padalecki then got to be in Friday the 13th, which took place a day before Valentine's Day, February 13th.
James Marsden, where has he been?
Anyway, Marsters.
Oh, sorry.
Masters. James Masters and James Marsden.
Oh, yeah. Marsden's the other dude in Sonic.
Yeah,
My bad.
That's it. I think that's
My bad.
Anyway, as always.
I'll take it off my hoodie.
Okay, I'll keep it on me. Special thanks to smallville.fandom.com for helping us curate all of the information on this week's episode of Going Back to Smallville. This episode was written by Holly Harold, whose previous episodes include Season 3's episodes Magnetic. That's the one where the dude had the what's it called? The snow globe smashed in his head. And like Lana was like, "You're so cute." Remember that? Yeah. Magnetic. Yes. And then she also wrote the episode Obsession, which was the first episode with Alicia. You're still muted, just so you know.
Well, it's because I know I'm going to hit like the microphone stand because of the only times.
It's fine. Then she also wrote Season 4's episode Facade. Which one was Facade again? Facade.
That's your help.
I'm not sure. It was this season. It doesn't matter. Directed by Paul Shapiro, No relation. Previous episode includes season 1 episode Stray. That's the one with our boy Ryan. And season 4's episode Jinx with Mr. Mixingle Biddleick. Of course, everybody knows that guy.
Of course.
Synopsis provided by IMDb user Claudio Carvalho. I believe this is the same person that did it last week.
Yeah.
When Lana is attacked in her apartment and Jason in his car by an invisible being, everyone believes that Alicia Baker was responsible, except Clark. However, after a series of circumstances, Clark begins to doubt Alicia's innocence to the mysterious attacks. Alicia tells Clark she'll offer to prove her innocence if Clark reveals his own superpowers, but Clark refuses. So Alicia secretly shows Chloe the abilities of Clark, expecting people to leave them both alone. But elsewhere, Lois discovers that the real culprit of the attack is the deranged Tim Westcott, who's jealous of Alicia's abilities, which leads to him murdering her and then goes after Clark. Meanwhile, Genevieve Teague arrives back in Smallville and approaches Lex Luthor to get his help to separate her son Jason from Lana. This is Smallville, Season 4, Episode 12, Pariah. Maggie, what'd you think?
So many feelings during this episode. Like, I want Clark to be happy.
Yes. Clark being happy as always.
Being happy. And then, as always, getting very pissed off at Lana.
God, fucking Lana.
And also
just right
Jason.
Off the rip. Yeah, and Jason. Fuck Jason, man.
Yeah, screw Jason.
God. Jason, it was just what?
Not like
a week ago, you was telling her you was breaking up because she wouldn't fuck you. God almighty,
My mom.
What the fuck do you care? You're hanging out at a high school karaoke bar, and your former high school
and you look like
quarterback comes in with a girl. Get the fuck out of here.
Also,
you're such a loser.
Also,
God, he's such a loser. He's that lame guy that hangs out at high school after he graduates because he can't move on. He peaked in high school, and he's gone.
I was one of the losers that came back to high school after I graduated.
But I'm assuming you probably didn't hit on the high school boys.
No.
Okay. So see, that's the difference between you and Jason. Okay.
No. Jason just also looks miserable in that scene where they're all singing karaoke and stuff.
It's because he is. He's like, I guess this is my life now.
He should have just stood his ground. He tried to do it at the college steps,
Yeah.
He tried to say, hey, we're not getting back together. But
we
still
are never, ever, ever.
But still yet.
Getting back together.
Still yet. Lana somehow used her magical powers from the 1500s.
Magical powers? You'll pay for this. Flowers. No, I agree. I'm not gonna lie to you, Maggie. This whole Jason story just ultimately goes nowhere. Okay, I mean, you already know Jensen Ackles is in Supernatural literally the next season.
Yeah.
So probably not a whole lot of appearance time on Smallville, right?
No.
So yeah, it's just annoying,
Yeah, and
which probably means that Jason's the best person to give to Lana because she's annoying as shit. So crap. Let's give him.
Your mom says I have nightmares that I'm in high school, and I never went to high school. Kidding, not really. That Mom, is pretty bad that you're having nightmares.
High school
Game
sucks.
City Savior.
Hey.
Alicia's about to put him out of his misery.
Put Jason out of his misery?
I guess so.
Fucking right, man. God, I wish. She was. Alicia's better than 99% of the people on the show at this point, okay?
And also, didn't like Jonathan and Martha jumping all over Clark's case.
Yeah, what the hell, man? God.
She proved, I agreed with Clark. She proved herself. She teleported in front of a freaking bullet. Yeah. And she's kept Clark's secret this long.
I feel I don't know if they're just trying to,
Are they making us try to hate Martha and Jonathan again?
No, I don't think so. I think they're just trying to add more drama because it's a CW show. Well, a WB show at this point. And so, like, I feel like kids, like, you know, teenagers identify more with parents that just don't understand, you know? Well, what they fail to realize is that's not who Jonathan and Martha are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, like, I don't know. I feel like, I guess the writers honestly just, I don't think they've really nailed who Martha is the past 2 episodes. Like, I just don't think Martha would be giving Clark shit for being, you know, drugged on Red K.
Yeah. Also,
like, that's a bunch of bullshit.
You can tell, I think it's in this episode where they're up in the loft and she's sitting on the steps and Jonathan's sitting next to Clark on the couch.
Yeah.
And, like, I just feel like she feels like her character, like the actress herself, feels like she's, like, out of place.
Yeah.
Because she barely said anything in that scene. I was like, what was the point?
I mean, I guess, I don't know. No, I can't justify the way they wrote Jonathan and Martha this week. Like, I wanted to say, like, maybe they were trying to, like, really isolate Clark to make him really feel alone, but I don't know. I feel like they could have still got that across without having to screw over the characters of Jonathan and Martha.
Matt ZR said he was snacking. Facade was the one with the kiss of death, Crypto Freak. And our Sandman character here actually did some minor roles in Arrow.
Kiss of Death, Crypto Freak.
Yeah, it's that girl. Wasn't it the girl that they made pretty?
Was it? I thought that was season 4.
We're in season 4.
No, that's what I'm saying. I thought that episode wasn't in season 4.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
And she said, should always hate the parents. Kidding. Not really. Good Lord.
Mom's been knocking back the old NyQuil tonight, so no worries.
I'm going to bed. Not kidding. Not now kidding. Not really.
You just confused the crap out of me.
She just confused me, so I'm reading what she wrote.
Love you, Mom. Have a good one.
Yep, Maggie got it right.
So, hey, good job, Maggie. So, yeah, as far as this episode goes, of course, I love this episode. Kind of, honestly, okay, let me rephrase that. I loved last week's episode, and I remembered it being 2 parts. Like, you know, that there was a follow-up to last week's. Like, I remembered that much. I didn't remember just how fucking shitty everybody else is in this episode to Clark. And, like, it kind of wasn't as great as I didn't love it in the sense of, like, oh, you know, Clark's happy. Like, no, it really just sucked. And then Alicia just gets fucking murdered.
Yeah. Basically
off screen. And it's so quick. Like, I mean, they play it out like it's just another normal episode of Smallville where, like, oh, they're getting ready to get hit. And then, oh, Clark is going to show up and everything's going to be fine.
Yeah.
And, like, they did not play it as serious as it needed to be because this was not, like, when it finally shows her hanging there, like, that's really fucked up. And, like, 2, it felt so out of place.
Yeah, and was it Lois that was it her that found Clark with her?
Yes. Yeah, Lois showed up, yeah. Which, don't get me wrong, I love the fact that Lois was there for Clark. Like, that, I mean, just in, like, foreshadowing stuff. Like, I really enjoy that, but I don't know. It just felt rushed, like, and it almost felt like they didn't like working with the actress.
Yeah,
and so like they had to kill her off, you know, which I don't think is the case. But yeah, just I don't know. For somebody that like had a pretty good impact on Clark, like, just kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And honestly, let's take a step back here, okay? This might be a little too deep. All right, so we can pull the ripcord on this and get out of it as soon as we need to. But like, this is the second person that Clark has fallen in love with that has been murdered.
Yeah.
And like, or that died. I guess Kyla wasn't really murdered, but
yeah.
Like, is that kind of not great that a recurring plot device is to just murder the women, so that Clark can have pain, like
depression.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of where the I think it's called like Fridge the Girlfriend trope. And oh, bless you.
I'm so sorry.
And it's where they literally create like a person to have interest, a significant person, like a girlfriend or whatever, and then they kill them just for the dramatic effect on the main character. So basically, at that point, they're just using the female characters as props, and granted, we have Lana, we have Chloe, we have Lois, we have Martha. Like, we've got a lot of female protagonists and stuff.
At least, like, Clark to have a different love interest. I'm so sorry. That is not Lana.
Yeah. And not just fridged immediately, Yeah. Like, I don't know. It just, especially nowadays, I feel like that shit wouldn't fly.
Yeah.
I mean, for them to do that twice, I feel like it wouldn't fly now, No. Now, I mean, the way they handled Alicia the first time around, like, she went psycho and, like, she went and got help, like, mental help and stuff. Like, honestly, that's a great story. And if it had just been like, we can never really be together because you're not willing to be who you really are. Yeah. And like, she just leaves. That would have been such a better resolution, and Clark could still feel alone.
Yeah.
Like him just, her just being murdered just to cause Clark to feel anyway is, I don't know. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
Our kid's coming off the bed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No worries.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I'll get us into war. What is it good for? I'm gonna let Maggie get out of the way. No, you're good. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. Whoa! All right, everybody. Our kid is being put back into the bed as we speak. So I'm just gonna keep this train rolling. Let's get caught up on the comments real quick. Jerriana in the chat throwing down some yugs. If you don't know, we do Super 9's playback tomorrow. Actually, we'll be doing a new one, and we watched a lot of different things on Kids WB and kept seeing Yu-Gi-Oh advertisements. So we made an emote of Joey going, "You, hey you." So yeah, that's what that is. Let's see here. Game City Savior Clark. No, almost Superman the movie saw. Agreed. Very, very much. Sorry, our child just walked by. Very much in reference, or maybe not necessarily in reference, but a callback for sure. Like it felt like that. So, war. What is it good for? How have the relationships progressed this week? So, of course, Clark and Lana. They. And I'd like to get your all's opinion on this, so feel free in chat to chime in while Maggie's out. I feel like that Lana and Clark are probably further apart after this episode, if only because of the opening and her being like, "The fuck, Clark? Like, why are you with the girl that tried to murder me?" And like sure, okay. I mean, does she have a point? Yes. Okay. Like, I mean, is it fair for her to be mad at the person that tried to kill herself or tried to kill her? Yeah, that's a fair thing to do. Sorry, I just realized I'm like way down in the framing here. Sorry about that. Like it's fair to be pissed off at the person that tried to murder you. Granted, she also went to a mental facility, got help, and Lana being unwilling to accept that, I can't necessarily say that that's wrong, but it's complicated at best. Like, we want to like Alicia, and so Lana comes across as being terrible, but at the same time, like, Lana's probably justified in it. Ha! I love you. So yeah. And then also, let's see, what is this? After Clark showed up with Alicia at the Talon, she and Jason seemed pretty pissed. Of course, me and Maggie's already talked about Jason's reaction to all that. It's just, I don't know. Jason's starting to wear thin on me. Let's see. How Clark and Lex have progressed this week. They didn't. Unless I'm forgetting. I believe they didn't even interact at all this week. I could be wrong, but I'm racking my brain. I don't remember any scenes with Clark and Lex. I know Lex talked to, what's her name, Genevieve Teague, so I guess there's that, but yeah. Speaking of Genevieve Teague, how Lex and Lana have progressed this week. So Lex and Jason are now apparently working together to find out what Jason's mom is up to. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really remember where this goes. Like, I mean, I remember how it ends. I'll say that much. But I don't remember like what any of this really turns into, and like what happens with Lex and Jason and all. I don't know. I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like it ultimately goes nowhere. Like, I could be wrong, and maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised that it's actually good. But I feel like Jason just kind of loses his shit at a certain point, and then we just kind of move on. Like, that's all I remember. So again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like that's all that happens with his character. Let's see here how Clark and Lois have progressed this week. So we finally have Lois back, thankfully. We've gone too long without Lois. Obviously, Lois is just the best, a much needed character in this show. Just adds a bit of humor, a bit of fun into the proceedings, especially the opening. I don't want to talk too much about it because I'm sure me and Maggie will cover it here in a second. But when she talks into the microphone and she's like, "Oh, first he married her, now he's dating her." Like, I just, like, the look on Clark's face is like, he is just so pissed. He is so pissed at Lois. It's so funny. Like, I mean, it sucks, obviously. And like, in that moment, I would be just fucking mortified. But watching it, it's great. Like, I almost fell out of the couch. I was laughing so hard at that. Like, Lois is just always top notch. God love her. Let's see here. Lois begins the episode by really pissing Clark off and not believing anything he says about Alicia. So I do find it funny that, like, throughout the episode, Lois is very much anti-Alicia. I find it funny because I don't really feel like she has a good reason to be anti-Alicia. Like, I don't know. I mean, yes, of course, again, she tried to murder Lana. That's a whole thing, sure. But, like, I don't know. I feel like they could have used Lois as, like, being, like, maybe the only person in Smallville that's a bit more understanding, you know? Like, I don't know. She's more worldly. Like, she knows people that had to deal with, like, PTSD and stuff. So, I mean, like, maybe you could do something in that realm of, hey, you know, mental issues are a real thing and people need to be allowed to get help and, you know, all that bunch of stuff. And I don't know, they just didn't do that. They were just like, oh no, she's just on the bandwagon with every other fucking person in Smallville. Literally every person, doesn't matter who it is, just fucking hates Alicia. It's insane to me. Like, I mean, who hasn't tried to kill Lana at this point, you know? I mean, remember Chloe tried to kill her, right? I think she did. Yeah, right? Or did Lana try and kill Chloe in the shower? That might be what I'm thinking. I don't know. Everybody tries to kill Lana at some point. I mean, even Lana tried to kill Lana at some point. I mean, come on. Like, get out of here, you know? It's fun. Who cares? But then, of course, later in the episode, Lois is there for Clark when she is there for him when she dies. So, I mean, it's just, I'm trying to make sense of my own writing here. But when Alicia dies, and she keeps Clark from going too far, which I do have some information about that a little bit later in the episode that we'll talk about. If, like, Clark really was actually totally in control, because if he was really losing it, he could have just snapped that dude's neck in half. Like, he was already holding back. So, I mean, like, you know, Lois sure helped him calm down, but, like, he wasn't completely off his rocker. So yeah, I don't know. As far as the relationships go, it's just been an interesting couple of weeks with this whole Alicia thing. This has been, like, outside of the Clark and Alicia storyline, I feel like this has been one of the more teen drama episodes of Smallville that we've had since, like, season 1, you know? Like, it just really feels like, oh, we're just really driving home, like, oh, you should have sex for a relationship, or you shouldn't have sex for a relationship, or you know, being a pariah and stuff like that. I don't know, just it feels very teen drama-esque. And I mean, at the end of the day, that's what Smallville is, right? Like, we can't fault it for just being what it was made to be, you know? But, like, especially when we've had such banger episodes that we've had earlier, like, it's just so weird when we do get pulled back into this godforsaken teen drama show that we're obsessed with. You know what I mean? It's just wild. So it looks like Maggie is still putting our kid to bed. So I'm going to go ahead and move into the next segment, which is the continuity. So let's pull that up now. All right. We are here for continuity. Gonna get caught up on chat real quick before we move into that. Game City Savior in the chat. Writers make characters hate Alicia the most loved guest character. For real. Like, I want to say Alicia, like the fact that I remember Alicia's name and she's in a total of 3 episodes, right? Like, I feel like that says everything you need to know. Like, I don't even remember Jitter's name or Jitter's too, you know? Like, I don't know. She was great. Like, and like she made Clark happy. I don't know, man. It just sucks. Like, come on, writers, just work a little bit harder. Don't just fridge them. You know what I mean? Let's see here. Continuity. A pariah is an outcast or any person or animal. Why do they put it in animal? That is generally despised or avoided. The title refers to Alicia, who is suspected and despised by everyone who suspects her in the attempted murders of Lana and Jason. And like, how stupid is everyone in Smallville? Like, can we just talk about that for a second? Why is everyone just dumber than a sack of rocks, you know? like, okay, if I'm Alicia and like, I'm going to kill Jason, you think I'd really use my scarf to do it? Like, you can be anywhere. I feel like you could probably teleport inside of Jason and like expand and just blow him the fuck up, right? Like, would you really have to strangle him with a scarf? I don't know. It just seemed like a pretty obvious case of, oh, you're being framed, you know? And just everybody was like, no, it's gotta be Alicia. Look, it's her fucking scarf. And it's like, I don't know, man. Like, people are just so stupid. People are dumb. I don't like it. Let's see here. There's some deleted scenes. I don't really want to go into that until Maggie gets back. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I can cover before Maggie shows back up for the rest of this. Here's a fun one. I can cover this. Erica Durance, of course, Lois, is in the episode despite not being credited in either of the cast bills. So she's not in the opening credits, and I didn't pay attention, but I guess she's not listed in like the guest stars, which is very odd. Like, I guess they just forgot. Maybe they thought they'd already added her to the opening credits. Like, I don't know, not sure. Let's see here. Lois jokes about Clark and Alicia getting married, which occurred in the previous episode entitled Unsafe. Genevieve Teague was last seen in the episode Bound. This episode marks the 16th appearance of Clark's red jacket and blue shirt outfit, which he wears frequently throughout the series. That's right, everybody. The red and blue is back again, not to be confused with the blue and red, which always was not that much of a fan of. Like, I mean, I say I'm not much of a fan. That's a much more, that's a much larger expression of how I feel about it than what it really is, which is I've never given it a thought in my life other than, like, I don't know, the red jacket and blue shirt. Just, I think it looks better, but that's because that's what Superman's suit is. Like, it's the red cape and the blue suit. So, I mean, I don't know. An inverse Superman would look kind of weird, right? Like if he was just wearing solid red and a blue cape. That'd be weird. I feel like I've seen that in something. I feel like maybe, like I'm looking over to Maggie as if Maggie's in here. I feel like, what's his name? Can't think of his name, but he wrote Final Crisis, and he wrote like Superman 3D. And I feel like there is one of the suits that Superman wears, or one of the multiverse Supermans, was like a solid red Superman. Which, I mean, I know obviously there was Superman red and blue, which, you know, it's like different electric powers or some shit. I don't even know. What the fuck am I talking about? Let's see. Nancy Adams, Sheriff Nancy Adams, was last seen in the episode Crisis, which was back in season 3, and had nothing to do with Crisis on Infinite Earths, or Final Crisis, or Identity Crisis, or Infinite Crisis, or Dark Crisis, or any of those. You know, it was just about a crisis hotline. You can't do that. You can't just do that. Okay. Let's see. I'll cover this one because it's fine if Maggie doesn't hear it. A nearly identical scene of Clark throwing a ball against the wall of the barn continuously in a moment of sadness is repeated in the season 6 episode Wither. It appears to be one of Clark's strategies for dealing with grief. And what's funny is I actually know exactly what episode they're talking about. Because I believe, and this is, Maggie, if you're listening to this later, don't listen to this part. Skip ahead like 20 seconds. I believe that's the episode, spoilers for season 6. Okay. I believe that's the episode where like everybody has sex and Clark doesn't. So like it shows like Chloe and who she's dating at the time. I'm going to stick away from names, but like it also shows Lois and who she's with at the time, and Lana and who she's with at the time. And they all are just like fucking, but Clark's not. I feel like that's what happens. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong, but I believe that's when he's just cuts to him just throwing that ball, you know. He's just got to work through his frustration somehow, you know. What? Maggie's kind of back. Hey, we got a new subscriber, Benjamin Borer. Just subscribed. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard, matey. We don't have a fun thing to say. What? Are you coming back? All right. Well, it looks like she's still in her bed. Maggie is going to get settled. Hey, Maggie, did you know a pariah is an outcast or any person or animal that is generally despised or avoided? Yeah. God. I just love the fact that it said, the lot. Oh, whoops. That's okay. I mean, if you just point it this way, it should be fine. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, I just like the fact that it said animal. Like, it really didn't have to say animal, you know what I mean? Oh, wow. Yeah. Game City Savior, Plant Girl. I'm trying to think what we're talking about. Game City Savior, if it's a spoiler, be coy about it. Now that Maggie's back.
Poison Ivy.
No, Poison Ivy's not in this. I'm totally blanking on. Oh, wait. Is it because we're talking about the most loved guest characters? And so Plant Girl. Wasn't there a Plant Girl? I remember the Bee Girl.
Yeah, I remember the Bee Girl.
Plant Girl.
Wouldn't really call her the most loved.
Oh, wait. Is Plant Girl Amy Adams? She did the shakes, but didn't she grow the plants for the shakes?
Yeah, her dad did.
Oh, let us know. Let me know, Game City Saver. I'm curious who Plant Girl is. She also almost ate Pete. Yeah. So Maggie, we're in continuity. So the this episode actually has some deleted scenes on the season 4 DVD. Clark and Alicia are on their way to the Talon. So before the opening episode, she is apprehensive about going, but he is trying to assure her the evening will be fun. Way to go, Clark. God, Clark. Way to go. You knew it, man. God, she was like, Clark, maybe I shouldn't go. I mean, it is full of people that, you know,
hate me.
Yeah, like maybe I shouldn't go.
And a person I tried to murder.
And he's like, nah, it'll be fine. What's the worst that could happen? I accept you, so I mean, everybody will.
No, that's not how it works.
Naive, stupid Clark. There's also another one where Jason confronts Alicia about Lana's attack, which I guarantee would make me fucking hate Jason even more than I already do. You know? Like,
it showed a little bit. He's like, oh, well, no, he went to Clark, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's like, how could you?
Well, I think this is talking about like post this attack.
Oh.
Not her trying to kill her in the last one.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's like once she's been attacked in this one.
God. So stupid.
I know, right? God. Let's see here. When Clark nearly kills Tim at the end of this episode, it demonstrates the remarkable amount of control Clark already possesses over his strength. While Clark is in the process of strangling him, Despite being nearly insane with rage, he doesn't break his neck or pull off his head or do any of the things that his immense strength would allow him to do with ease. Instead, Clark simply grabs him by the neck and compresses. Taking into account Clark's previous displays of strength, this scene means that despite appearances, Clark isn't actually being very rough on Tim by his own estimation. In fact, treating Tim very gently given his vast power.
I don't know.
No, I mean, Maggie, think about it.
No. I
he
agree.
can bend a truck.
Yeah.
Like,
he can catch a car.
Yeah. He literally does it in this
it,
episode. Yeah. And like, he just kind of holds him by the neck. Like, no, he's in control.
Yeah.
Like, Tom Welling may have not been playing it like he was in control, but
wasn't Lois there? Or
she shows up, yeah.
She's like, Clark.
Yeah. You murdered her. You fucking murdered her. Just let him fucking kill him. Fuck Tim. Tim's the worst. Tim might actually be lower in this season than, was it Nafka? I don't even know who the last person is.
Mr. Nafka, I think.
Is Mr. Nafka?
I think.
I don't know. We'll get there. Let's see here. I already covered a lot of this. Nancy Adams was last seen in the episode Crisis, Maggie. That's the sheriff. Game City Saver, Plant Girl, and Wither. And read the one before the Plant Girl comment. I gotcha. Writers make characters hate Alicia the most loved guest character. Got it. Thank you. I'm there. I'm with you now. Hey, but you know who's not with us? All those that we lost this week on Smallville. We're all gonna die. Alicia Baker. R.I.P. The P stands for pie. When this episode aired in the UK and Australia, the shot of Alicia hanging from a noose was cut. Presumably because it wasn't deemed appropriate.
I agree.
I gotta agree. Yeah. That's a hardcore shot.
It's hard.
And like, man alive, it sucks.
Way to go, American TV.
Way to go, American TV. I thought I had something to add. I didn't.
Well.
I didn't. Hey, Maggie. Let's talk. Jesus,
I'm sorry. That snuck up on me. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. It just made me laugh. Let's talk about our Freak of the Week. Yeah.
Oh.
Freak of the Week this week, Tim West Scott, a.k.a. Sandman. Maggie, what did you think about Sandman?
He was really lame. Like, he wanted to...
Who's more lame? Tim Ascot? What's his name? Westcott. Tim Westcott or Flint Marko from Spider-Man 3?
Like the Sandman in that one?
Yeah.
This guy's more lame. I'm sorry.
You think so?
Yeah.
More than like, oh, my daughter. I can't hold it. Birds. That's my impression of Thomas Hayden Church.
Tim in this, it sounds
he's
like
a full-on asshole.
He wants to live in like the neighborhood from Leave It to Beaver.
Yeah. He's a huge, just raging piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Fuck Tim.
Yeah.
I think honestly, he might be the worst. Like, of the entire series. Like, I think I hate him more than Bug Boy.
Yeah. I'm more annoyed with him than Bug Boy. I agree.
That's saying a lot.
Yeah.
But, like, not just because he killed Alicia. Like, I mean, sure, that's a part of it. And, like, I almost have to give him credit for that. Like, because he did have an impact. But at the same time, he just sucks. Like, it's not a good character. His motivation makes no fucking sense.
What happened to this town?
Like, stupid. They should have done like another one where like the old dude falls into the pond and like he's young and that's why he wants the town to be back to the way it was. Like, do something. Just this random teenage boy that's like, man, I love the good old days when I wasn't alive.
What I mean,
like,
Clark, it was not the same.
I mean, they got what they needed. Fucking I can't believe that fucking, you know, Coach and Lana are sitting there and just blah. What?
Game City Savior, man. It's to the tune of a song.
Pariah, I'm sorry, Miss Baker. Woo, I am for real. Never meant to make your daughter die. Nice. I love how you were able to get the word die in there, because I'm pretty sure it auto blocks the regular version of die. So I'm proud of you. Like, I mean,
never meant to make your daughter dye her hair.
Like, obviously, I don't mind if like people put that, as long as it's not saying like we should die, like, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
or like telling other people to die. Anyway, let's move on.
Anyways, yeah.
So our current ranking of the Freak of the Week at number 11 is Mr. Knife Guy. Number 10, Cryptuck. Number 9, Hopelessly Devoted. Number 8, Scarecrow. Number 7, Robin Daggers. Number 6, Mix Little Biddleick. Number 5, Kal-El. Number 3, Mrs. Carl. Number 3, number 4, Mrs. Carl. Number 3, Flark. Number 2, the Sanderson sisters. And number 1,
Bart.
Just call me Bart. Don't, you're popping. Like, you can do it. Just, yeah.
Bart.
There you go. That's much better. Maggie, where do you want to put Sandman?
12.
Number fucking 12, asshole.
Yeah.
Sniff it up.
Not Mr. Knife Guy's cooler than you.
All right.
At
Yeah.
least he's got Terminator's sword arms.
Yeah. You know? Think about it.
least
Fucking, this dude
We didn't have to
sucked.
listen to his political views on the town. Yeah. So screw you.
I guess you could say the worst person is no more Mr. Knife Guy. I'm applauding myself.
Wow.
All right, Maggie, let's get into Traitor.
God. It wouldn't have Game City Savior if you wrote it the other way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think it would.
It wouldn't have blocked it?
No, it wouldn't have shown up.
Oh, yeah, I think so. I think that's what happens, because there's like a list of like I want to say like 800 words that it auto blocks for us.
Yeah.
A lot of them are just racial slurs, but I think die is one of them. You know, I was thinking the other day that if we do the Power Rangers podcast that we've been talking about doing, and we have like the Freak of the Week, the Monster of the Week, like when it cuts to Zach, it'll actually make sense in the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
You know, how funny is that? That like, because that hasn't made sense for 2 years. You know,
That's been your baby ever
it is.
since
I
you
love
made
it. I love it so much.
I remember when you made it, you're like, watch this. This is the
It's
greatest.
so great. It like, because I remembered him saying Major Freaky.
Yeah.
And like that was the whole point, because it's the freak of the
Freak of the
week,
week.
right? No, he says Major Funky. So it doesn't work on any level. But I like
For
it too
Zach, it
much.
does, because he knows some funky dance
Well,
moves.
yeah, but I meant like Funky Cole Medina. But I meant it for like, it doesn't make any sense for the context that we use it in at all.
Yeah.
You know, it's just how my brain works. So, treacherous actions. Alicia reveals Clark's secret to Chloe. Bum, bum, bum. Maggie, what'd you think about Alicia showing it to Chloe? To Chloe. Whipping it out.
Oh my God.
She whipped it
Don't-
out to Chloe and said, "Hey, Chloe,
don't.
take a look at this. Clark has superpowers." She whipped it out.
Stop.
What? She whipped out the truth. And the truth
Stop
will set you
saying-
free.
Stop saying that.
12 inches of truth. Boom. Just right there. Right there.
What's wrong with you?
So many things, Maggie. No.
I was very shocked. I mean, like, she's just the way she went about it too. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
She gonna get them killed, but I know she can teleport out of there, but what if she screws up,
It's
you know?
pretty insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
And then Clark catches the card and he's like, where? Huh?
yeah, I have a whole thing about, I think it's actually in the next segment, about how stupid Clark is in this scene, like if we're being real.
He's supposed to be really smart. He can add numbers really fast.
Is that Is that all it takes?
Yeah, that's all it takes.
I mean, there's also, well, we'll get into it in just a second. I don't want to, well, I'll tell you what, let's just go ahead and get into it. Puberty, but with superpowers.
Yeah.
There it is.
Big change.
Bingo.
So Clark uses the following abilities in this episode: super strength, super speed, and heat vision. He does not apparently use any abilities, including super hearing, when Alicia's car proves to be empty.
And also hearing other people breathe.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, is like, dude can go super fast, right?
Yeah.
And like, he also knows that Alicia can teleport, and like, he has x-ray vision, he has telescopic vision. Like, I feel like he should have been able to at least figure out where Alicia is.
Yeah.
And to see that Chloe's there too.
Hey guys, in this episode, let's make Clark look like a total idiot.
That's right. Matt ZR says, LOL, Matt never makes sense with some graphics, but it makes it funnier. Thank you. That is exactly what I'm going for.
Game City Saver says, a great show gets better. A great show gets better since Chloe knows now.
Yes.
I could see that.
It does. Honestly, like, I didn't want to say anything, obviously. I didn't want to spoil anything. But like, when Pete finds out, like, we never really get, like, I mean, he's there to help, like, fill the plot holes of, like, explaining what's happening with Clark.
Yeah.
Well, we never really get a lot of good out of it.
No.
This is so much better, Maggie. Oh my god. Now, here's the thing. We do play, I think, for the rest of this season, I guess. I mean, it's not really a spoiler, but for the rest of the season, we do play with the fact that she knows, but he doesn't know that she knows. And so, like, that's a whole thing for the rest of the season. Because, like, just like how Lois is like, I wouldn't say anything. Like, that's pretty much what she decides to do.
Yeah.
And like, unless Clark tells her.
Yeah.
And so, like, he doesn't. So there's a lot of, like,
yeah, and I don't blame Clark.
he knows, but she doesn't know that he knows that she knows that he knows. It's just that episode of Friends.
My brain.
But dude, God, I love it. Honestly, like, and now you can kind of see why they were softening Chloe earlier in the season.
Yeah.
Why they've been, like, taking the time to make her a better character, more of a friend to Clark,
Yeah.
And I think, like, if they had just jumped straight to this, it wouldn't have been as believable that she wouldn't say something,
Yeah.
But I think they've done a really good job of fixing her character to be trustworthy at this point.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, going forward, it's definitely, it's a good little addition.
Game City Saver says, Clark. Huh? She must have teleported.
Christmas time is here. He just walks away.
I just thought, I guess she just let me catch this car.
I wish it would have cut back to me and he went, where did she go?
Huh?
Let's see here. Let's get into no flats, no ties. Did they break the rule this week? Maggie, did they break the rule this week? Did he fly? Did he tie?
Gonna say no.
I think you're right. Yeah. Yeah, there's not really... I mean, he wore his red jacket, blue shirt for the 16th time, by the way. We covered that while he was gone. Not his blue jacket, red shirt combo. That's a totally different thing.
Yeah.
Grant Morrison. That's who I was trying to remember earlier. Sorry, the author of Superman 3D. Because I was talking about how weird it would be if Superman's colors were inverted. And like his suit was red and his cape was blue. And then I remembered that I think that actually was shown in Superman 3D for Final Crisis.
Yeah.
And Grant Morrison wrote it. And it looked terrible. Like,
I was just
that
say,
design was so freaking
that
weird.
much red, that would give the reader like very negative
dude. And let me tell
energy.
You remember how I'm always saying, like, Grant Morrison is one of the writers that, like, when he hits, it's fantastic, and when he doesn't, I can't stand it. Superman 3D is a huge fucking miss. Okay, like, I'm not trying to be mean, but like, for me, I couldn't fucking get around all the gobbledygook that's in this. Okay. Like, I got the hardback copy of Final Crisis, and it includes, like, I believe he wrote all of Final Crisis, but he also wrote the spin out like 3-issue series of Superman 3D
Yeah.
that coincides with it as it goes.
Yeah.
So that's interspersed in with normal Final Crisis. And when it cuts to that, I mean, I'm just so fucking like Maggie. Superman, it's called Superman 3D, not because the comic's in 3D. Okay? Superman, one of his eyes is red and one of his eyes are blue.
Yeah.
And he can see multiple dimensions. All right? And that's why it's called Superman 3D.
Wow.
It's a lot.
Wow.
It's a lot. Dude, one of these days we need to do like a comic book club and like just all of us read a fucking comic and talk about it, because I would love to just talk to everyone about how fucking weird Superman 3D is, okay? Like, or Shattered Grid. Oh, that'd be great. Wait, we were going to do that at one point.
Yeah.
And then we couldn't. We just didn't have enough time.
No, we had no time.
That's when we changed our Patreon to work better for everybody.
Simple.
So now let's talk about the quotes of the episode.
That's just prime.
Well, that's just prime.
Let's see here. Matt ZR says, this was one of my favorite episodes because of how Chloe found out, even though it was a jerk move by Alicia.
And Game Savior says, Clark seasons 2 and 3. I wish I could tell someone my secret. Pete, I'm right here.
You don't count, Pete. You suck.
God, Pete.
You smell like pee-pee.
You found a jar of pee-pees.
You found that jar of dicks in that trailer my dad was buried under. God.
Let me tell you something. Those first few seasons that we recorded, because we didn't go live back then.
Yeah.
I feel like are a fever dream.
There's a lot of the R fever dreams.
There are a lot.
Because like it was the first few was pre-medication first off, and then also like we had a completely different structure. Like we would retell the entire episode.
Yeah, and
it
we
was
would
not good.
And we would also try to insert jokes.
Yeah, and like don't get me wrong, some
like,
of them were fun.
Jonathan's personality changes like 6 different times from season 1 to what, season 3-ish?
Maybe like halfway through season 3.
Yeah.
But like, don't get me wrong, it's a much better show now. But there was some fun times. There was like a year ago today. There was a short that was posted. I posted it in the story of TikTok, but it was from the Randy episode.
Oh Jesus!
And it's where I literally just can't say anything. I'm crying and laughing so hard at myself.
And also, that's before we went live.
Yeah.
Because that's why he's laughing so hard at himself. Also, I got laryngitis for the second time around that year.
So Maggie's unable to talk, and I'm like, doing the whole episode and cracking myself up.
And like, I look over at him, like the TikTok pans over to me. I'm like, breathe.
It's honestly, it's either one of the best or one of the worst episodes of the show.
I think at one point I got fed up with the Randy stuff, and I'm like, can you please stop?
I'm Randy.
And also, we had vetoes back then. I don't know if I vetoed you that night or not.
You were close.
Oh my God.
In case you all don't know who the Randy episode is, it's Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Yeah. I call the
first episode with him.
Yes. I called him Randy instead of whatever his name was in that episode. But yeah, it's a good one. I definitely recommend just for like, if you want to see me just completely lose it.
Anytime
it's worth it.
JTT would like clone himself, like he went out the back of the Talon. That's what Matt would say that he was saying every time.
Randy. Like one time I did that and it lasted like literally 2.5 minutes. That was so stupid.
I couldn't, like, he couldn't breathe. I couldn't talk. I couldn't do anything.
This concludes this week's episode of Going Back to Smallville.
Oh man, that would be an interesting review show.
No, it wouldn't. Hey, before we move on, was it a jerk move of Alicia? Was it a jerk move?
I mean, if I was Clark and I found out that that's how she did that, Yes. But I don't know. Alicia was very, very upset and hurt. And like she loves Clark and stuff, but she just wanted somebody to know that she wasn't the only one like that in town.
I see. I didn't read it like it was for Alicia. I read it like it was for Clark. Like she knew that Clark needed someone to know, and like that's the way I read it. Was like it was a pro Clark decision.
Yeah.
Now, granted, it probably, if we look at it under a different light, what is happening? What is happening? What are you dying about?
Read what Matt ZR said.
Every time Matt does the I'm Randy, hang on, it's covered. The I'm Randy bit makes it sound like he's trying to take. That's what I was going for. That's Randy. That's exactly what it was going. I think I even like make a toilet flush at the end. What? Just that still.
Yes.
But no, like I could see, like,
sorry,
you know, if we look at it through like the prism of, like coming out, right? Like, yeah, that'd be fucked up.
Yeah.
And like it is Clark's secret to tell,
Yeah.
you know. So I mean, yeah, I guess it was a jerk move, honestly. Like I always, this is like the first time I've re-examined how I feel about the Alicia character since like my first watch through. Yeah, no, that was kind of a dick move. It's kind of a dick. It sucks. Kind of not really fitting her character. Like she straight up took a bullet for him, held on to his secret for like a year and a half in a mental institution. And then like, oh, she gets mad and tells Chloe, like,
I think she's just at her breaking point. Like everybody's blaming her for all this crap. And
can I be honest? I think it was the writers trying to push a plot more than it actually fit the character.
Yeah,
and that's unfortunate.
They pulled a Joss Whedon, didn't they?
Oh God, don't. We are not opening that can of worms. So that's just Prime. Our favorite lines from the episode. Lois. Oh, first he marries her, then he dates her. Chloe.
Subtle Lois.
That's one of my favorites. Alicia. Chloe Sullivan, ace reporter. You write all these articles about the people you call freaks and you don't even realize that someone close to you is one of them. Why are you ignoring what's right in front of your face, Chloe? Don't you want to know the truth about Clark Kent? I burped. I'm sorry. I was trying so hard not to burp throughout that entire thing. Chloe Sullivan,
ace reporter.
If you want to fight me,
don't you want to know the truth about Clark Kent?
About Scott Pilgrim? Ow. I cracked my neck when I did that.
Ooh.
Not in a good way. I think I pulled a muscle.
Oh, God.
Hey, you know what else I pulled? DC Universe.
You become part of a bigger universe. You just don't know it.
Did I? Okay. No, I didn't.
What?
This is last night. That's how tired I was. I was like, didn't he read a thing about they're going to make a new DC intro?
Yeah, that was last night. Yeah.
I feel like I had a dream about it.
Hey, no worries. So, Maggie.
Matt.
Tim Westcott's sand abilities are very similar to that of Flint Marko, also known as the Sandman, a
What?
well-known Spider-Man villain.
What?
That's right. Clark catching the car alludes to the cover of
Yeah.
Action Comics #1, Superman's first appearance.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I knew it and then forgot it and then remembered
Well,
it
here's
today.
one thing. Is he actually catching a car in that cover, or is he picking up a car?
I think he's...
Taking a dump.
No. I think he's like...
Or is he going to throw a
I
car?
think he's picking it up to like protect somebody from getting hit from the car. So I think that's what it is. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong.
Okay.
Like they kind of they recreated it for Superman Returns, and like the car's out of control, and so like he catches it. Well, actually, I think he lifts it off the ground normal, and then flies down and stands, and then slowly lowers it back to the ground.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's what the intention was with Action Comics #1 cover, but that's how it's reflected in Superman Returns.
Gotcha.
So, dealer's choice.
Okay.
When Clark cries over Alicia's body, he does it in a way that's reminiscent of the way Superman cries over Kara's body in Crisis on Infinite Earths, and when he cries over Lois's body in Superman the movie.
Which didn't Game City Savior
Yes.
say something like that earlier?
Yes.
Before I had to go read a whole Pokemon book.
And I will save you. That's what the brave do. I am the man of steel with a heart of gold. The Talon mix, Remy Zero.
Hey, I like these guys. Yeah. Remy Zero!
All right. I Love Rock and Roll
Rock and
by
Roll.
Erica Durance and Allison Mack. The karaoke cover.
Oh, yeah.
When Lois is like trying to come on to that good dude and he's not feeling it at all.
He's like, I
"No,
don't
thanks."
know you. Quit trying to grind on me.
Like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like he's stupid. Like, here's the thing, okay? I've never really been like, I never really had a crush on Lois.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Like, she's great. And I love Lois. I love Erica Durance. But she was never really like one that I had a crush on. But like, I mean, you know, she started singing I Love Rock and Roll to me and I'm a 17-year-old boy at a coffee shop. Like,
College lady.
come on, man. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? All right? I'm sorry. Just this whole place, this whole town needs to get fucked. All right? That's where we're at. That's the problem with Smallville. No one's getting laid. All right? That's why everybody's so fucking uptight. That's why everybody's powers keep manifesting because nobody's just fucking letting it out. All right? Sometimes you got to have that release or else the release will release in you. Yeah, I stick by it. Everybody just needs to have sex.
Good for you.
I'm just saying the whole world would be a lot better if everybody had sex. All right. I mean, think about it. Think of how like. Never mind. I'm just gonna stop.
God, just stop.
Like I'm trying to make it funnier. I'm trying to get you to laugh, and like you're not. And it's like I'm just gonna. Like how?
That's why I'm not feeding you hilarious like my laugh.
Here's the thing, though. When you don't, it feels like I need to double down to make you laugh, right? And so now I have to decide.
No, I'm not trying to. I'm trying not to feed you.
I have to now decide how deep into hell am I driving this train? Okay, like that's where I go. It's like no, I'm gonna keep going until it is funny. All right.
Now sometimes I do that on purpose just to see how far you go.
Doo-doo. Randy.
I'm in hell. Anyways, but I'm like trying to stop you right now, okay?
To Die For by Dan Zwieben and Deeper Water by Minnie Driver.
Like the Minnie Driver?
I doubt it. I mean, I can't say for certain, but I doubt it.
Okay.
There it is.
Game City Savior says a couple of years after this episode aired, I realized Alicia was the same actress from Los Luchadores because she was on the back of a Digimon poster I had. So I fell in love with this actress twice. And Matt Zior says, LOL at Game City Savior. That's funny since Matt never realized that until I told him in a comment.
Yes, thank you. I'm so glad Matt Zior brought this up because I remembered that somebody commented this way back. Like, I think it was like season 3, maybe even season 2. And I thought it was Matt Zior, but I could not remember, and I couldn't find the episode before I went live. I was like, I know somebody told me that Alicia is Los Luchadores. It must have been season 2 because she first pops up in season 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and I know the poster because I had it, and I mean, but I hung it on the Digimon side also. Like, I mean, let's be real, all right? The Fox Kids magazine, like, yeah. That's what I wanted was the Digimon stuff.
Those were the days, man.
Dude, oh my god.
Those little miniature posters out of the magazines and stuff.
Dude, you don't even know, okay? Like when Digimon was finally popping up on that stuff and like they had the little like cutout cards for like the Digimon card game. Mm-hmm. And like I got like the like Vmon and fuck, what was their names? Armadillomon. the Birdmon. I think his name is Birdmon. Hawkmon. That's what it is. Hawkmon. But yeah, man. Nah, I love those. I still have those. Magazines somewhere. I think they're in that crate with all the Game Informers that weighs like 75,000 pounds.
You know, it's funny. I was just going through the Pokemon book with our little girl earlier, and I saw the Pokedex, and I said, "Oh, there's the
The Digivice, dude."
I went, "No, that's not the Digivice."
You want to know the best thing I made when I was a kid?
Your own Digivice.
No, I did have a couple, but no. So, of course, you know, Matt Magic Productions, my original production company when I was 10. So after all my friends stopped making movies with me, I was still trying to make stuff on my own, okay? And by stop making movies with me, I meant my cousin Josh moved away. And, like, it was pretty much me and him, like, making stuff. Billy would also do it, but he also moved out because he was at that age. So I was, like, just trying to make shit in my bedroom. And so I made an episode of Digimon where Ash joins the group and Pikachu's Digivolves into Elecmon, which is super underpowered for Pikachu. Like, let's be real. But like, I even went in and like got the audio of like Davis talking, and then like instead of saying Vmon, I got Ash saying Pokemon or Pikachu, and then cut back to Davis, and then I played that over the first episode of Ash, like when he opens the Pokeball and Pikachu pops out, and so he says like, "That's it, come on, Pikachu, Digivolve." And then, like, it shows that, right? And then it would cut to, like, the opening of Pokemon, the first movie, where it's, like, the CG ball, like, opens up. And then it hard cut to the blue Digivice, like, Digivolving Vmon. Yeah, I did all of that with 2 VCRs and a tape deck, all right? And I know that doesn't matter to a lot of people that's going to be watching or listening to this episode of Smallville. But, man, so fucking good. And like Myotismon and Mewtwo teamed up to take on. That's why they had to team up. It was great. It was terrible. It was really fucking bad, but I liked it.
Game City Savior, I think me and you would be on the same level about stuff.
What did he say?
He said, "I found that poster in a desk at school and stole it." Yeah, I know, but I'd do it again. It's Digimon.
Hell yeah, it's Digimon.
Yeah.
Dude, same.
If they're that careless to leave it in the desk, go for it.
Agreed. Matt ZR says, sad that Armadillomon's original English dubbed voice actor passed away, since the same guy who voiced Finster and Lord Zed back then. Oh, man. Did that happen recently? And was this the same guy that played the not live action, but the non-evil Lord Zed, like once Zordon's tube like busted everybody and Lord Zed has like a sweater vest, like he's like, okay, to dance. Like, was that also him? I'd always assumed it was the guy doing the voice of Lord Zed, but I never knew for sure. That's crazy. But you know what else is crazy, Maggie?
What?
It's time for the countdown to Billy.
Oh, he died back in 2019.
That sucks.
Age 70.
14 weeks until Billy gets here. Asterisk. Because Maggie and I are 4 weeks from Thursday. 4 weeks away from the birth of our second child.
I want him out.
So who knows? Honestly, the streams will stop at some point. All right. Like, just for...
We will let y'all know.
Oh, yes. But now, I mean, obviously, getting the closer we get to the birth of the baby, don't be surprised if, like, things keep happening. Like, last week, we had to push off Super Nice Playback.
Yeah.
The goal is to not let that happen, obviously. But, definitely, it goes without saying, but following us on social media, that's usually the easiest way for us to let people know, like, hey, we're not going to be live tonight. Because if I post it in the community tab, it doesn't really go to everybody. Like, it doesn't really go to the subscribers anyway. So, like, it's kind of hard to let everybody know. But Twitter or Threads,
we'll make a TikTok.
No, that won't be happening.
I'll be in the hospital.
Wait, like for when the birth happens? I mean,
Guess what's happening? Becky's having her second kid.
but yeah, I know Digimon sounds too weird in that movie. Digmon. Gotcha. Okay. The human form was the suit actor for Lord Zed. Ah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I guess he didn't really sound like him, did he? So does that mean the new Lord Zed is a totally different voice actor? Is that why he sucks?
Probably.
I'm joking. I mean, he doesn't necessarily suck, but it definitely, you can tell it's not the same. And like his neck, completely agree, his neck is way too fat. He just looks weird, man.
He's been lifting.
Like the original Lord Zed was like slender, you know,
toned.
This one's like
buff.
Not even buff. He looks like a 6-foot version of like the Go-Go Demon Squad from Turbo Man. What's it say?
Microsoft Store wants us to claim our 1 month of Game Pass and Ultimate and enjoy high quality PC games.
Thanks, honey.
That will run great,
Maggie,
on your PC.
Jesus fucking Christ. But no, I was making a Jingle All the Way reference, and you ruined it. So we're gonna move
what
on
does it say?
to next time on Smallville.
Next time.
Ta-ta, Turbo Man.
Ta-ta, Turtle Man.
No, you remember the Power Ranger ripoff inside of
Yeah.
Turbo Man, like the little guys,
Yeah.
like the little demon
yeah.
guys. Yeah. I was saying that the new Lord Zed looks like a 6-foot version of one of those. He does, you know. Go Demon Squad or whatever the hell they say.
Game City Saver says Zed getting them gains.
That'd be weird.
Agreed.
It'd be weird if Zed got like jacked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We are next week. We'll be talking about the episode entitled Recruit.
Ooh.
Maggie, based solely off the title, what do you think next week's episode is about?
Clark being the recruit for Metropolis University football.
Wait, what? I wasn't listening.
Wow.
I was reading Matt ZR's text. I'm sorry. What? Clark being the recruit for what?
Metropolis University's football team.
You 100% nailed that. That
No,
is, yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, no.
I swear that was just the ultimate guess.
Unless I'm forgetting. Okay, unless I'm confused. I'm pretty sure this episode he goes to like the college.
To visit and stuff, yeah.
And like the guy, I want to say like whatever guy's like leading him around is from Smallville. And so he has some abilities of some kind.
Of
I'm
course.
Pretty sure, yeah.
But yeah, I got to do something similar like that before
Honestly,
I joined
before
the volleyball team.
When I was writing that in there, I was like, I bet Maggie gets this. Because, like, like your head would go to sports.
Yeah. When you just hear either scouting or recruiting,
yeah,
especially with high school, you're like, oh, that's college.
Yeah. And plus, they've already kind of been setting up, like, the
I think he even says something about it in this past episode.
I think you're right. Yeah. I think you're right. Let's see here. Matt ZR says, yep, sadly, Zed got recast twice. Dino Fury had the Venix voice actor, but he quit due to annoying people online harassing him. Well, that's a bunch of fucking bullshit. Why do people guys suck?
Bulldogs.
Like, just let them. Maybe that's the mascot for Metropolis. Maybe. I don't know. That's a guess.
Not like the Appalachia School Bulldogs.
What are you talking about? I don't even know what's happening right now.
How those are real high school. Are probably
but like, who gives a shit? Like, you know, the only person that I would.
Why would people be trolling somebody that's doing voice acting on? Well, and no offense, fellas, on a children's show.
Hey. No. How
I said,
dare you?
No offense.
That doesn't mean you can just say whatever. It's not like, hey, no offense, but you fucking suck.
Well, I could say that too.
No, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to be offended by it, Maggie. Listen, I don't condone people harassing anyone online about their work as a voice actor, okay? With the exception of the new Kermit. Like, I don't know what the fuck that dude's doing, okay? But he doesn't
sound like Kermit.
He's like, hey, I'm Kermit the Frog. hey, Miss Piggy, you want to fuck?
And she's like, no.
No, apparently he's been doing better. I don't know. I stopped watching.
That one guy we was watching the other night that was covering the Jollywood nights at Walt Disney World.
Oh, yeah.
I was listening to the
Hey, Miss
skit.
Piggy, it's me, Kermit.
He sounded there. He's trying to get that,
Yeah.
He's trying.
But, like, here's the thing.
Why would you hire someone that can't even do that?
That's what I'm saying. I don't blame the voice actor. I blame the company that decided that was the way to go. You know what I mean? It's not the voice actor's fault. He's just doing the job that they told him to do.
Yeah.
You know? And like, if it's not a good fit, it's because fucking Bob Iger was like not in that day, I guess. Or he was in and was like, I don't care. These fucking Muppets haven't made us shit.
Yeah, because you won't invest in them.
Muppets Most Wanted costed us $80 billion and we lost all of it. I could have had another yacht for that. Kermit the Frog here. I've never
Phil
watched it.
Dunphy as a French
you ever-
inspector.
This has nothing to do with anything. But did you ever watch the Muppets, like the show that they made after Most Wanted? That was kind of like The Office.
No, I didn't. Because
It
I was
was-
like, because I think I was like excited for it. And then like I kept on catching clips. I was like, this is not the Muppets. Jim Henson
Yeah.
would be pissed right now.
It was a little too dry
Yeah.
and like a little too cynical for the Muppets.
That's
you
what I
know?
said. Jim Henson would be pissed.
But I liked the idea of it.
Yeah.
Like it honestly, it should have. They tried to be more like the British Office, and really what they should have gone for was like 30 Rock. Like
Yeah.
that should have been the tone they were going for. But you know, I digress. Muppets can't live with them.
Can't live without 'em. Speaking of that, I did find a video of Jim Henson puppeteering.
Yeah. Is it weird?
I'll just show you. It's just funny because they're singing the alphabet. I guess
Yeah.
it's for Sesame Street.
Yeah.
But it's a bunch of like alien. It's not the yups.
Okay.
But like
There's so
just
much.
watching Jim Henson with his hand up like that high and doing that and singing is hilarious. And then you see like 10 other people running around with these puppets on sticks.
Is it as disturbing as the Smile Time episode of Angel?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Then
It's
I-
more
then I can
hilarious
watch
to
it
me
then.
than that.
I can watch it then.
Okay.
Because that scared me.
You got puppet with a hand up your back.
That's going to wrap it up for us, everybody. Hey, we'll be back again tomorrow night, probably. The plan is to be back tomorrow night with Super 90s Playback, where we'll be watching our final Christmas video for, I think it's from 1999, is the final one that we have to watch this year.
Man.
So definitely come check it out. We're going to see, what is it? You know, is it going to have the Digimon, a very Digi Christmas special? Probably not. But you could tune in and find out. Then we'll be back again on... Okay, tentatively, we're going to be back on Monday. Now, granted, that's Christmas Day.
Yeah.
So, it could change, but based on what we're thinking that day is going to be like, we're probably not going to be doing anything by this time, because, I mean, our kid goes to bed at, like, 7 anyway.
Yeah.
Well, we put her to bed.
Well,
Whether or not she goes to sleep, that's a whole other thing.
Well, we did take a nap kind of late in the day.
Yeah.
That's my fault.
But, so, I mean, if she's already in bed and stuff, then yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we might as well stream. So we'll be back Monday with Aquaman 2 and maybe Rebel Moon. maybe maybe Percy Jackson. Who knows? Who knows what the hell is all going to be talked about? We don't even know. And then, of course, 1 week from tonight, we'll be back again with Going Back to Smallville, where we'll be talking about the Season 4 episode, Recruit. But that is going to wrap it up for us. Remember, if you'd like to support the channel, you can head over to patreon.com/hopefullyawesome or join us right here on youtube.com/hopefullyawesome, where you can get your name in the credits of every episode we make, or get a verbal shout out like Strange Marvel Theories for being our December fan producer of the month. And you know, if you don't want to sign up for something like that, we also have some new merch. Remember to use that code in the live chat to get 10% off. And also patrons and members get 10% off of everything as well. But that is going to wrap it up for us this week. Thanks for watching, everybody. And as always,
Have a hopefully awesome day.